So you're thinking about moving to Stony Point, New York. I live in Stony Point, New York for 10 years. I spent almost all my time in Rockland County, and I wanted to make this video to share with you guys my experience of living in Rockland County, to share with you all the surprises and things that I love, and ultimately provide a perspective for you and your journey. I hope you enjoyed this video about my experience of living in Rockland County. Hey, my name is Betsy Estrella Mejia. I'm a real estate agent in New York. My channel is all about what it's like living in Rockland County. Subscribe to stay updated. If you're thinking about moving, reach out. I would love to help you. Without further ado, let's jump into it. So let me give you a little content about how I ended up in Stony Point. I was born in the Dominican Republic and I moved to New York City as a young adult. I lived in many different boroughs before I moved to Rockland County in 2012. Before I moved to Rockland, I lived in many different boroughs. I was in Brooklyn, I was in Queens, I was in Bronx. Guess what? I was trying to figure out where I really wanted to be, and I think I found home, which is in Rockland County. Obviously, Rockland is a lot different from New York City, but here's how we decided to move to Stony Point. So how we decided to move to Stony Point was we were trying to find middle ground. So my husband was working in Westchester, I was still working in Manhattan, and we were looking for the closest, most affordable area to New York City because we were still working in the city, right? At least I was. And we thought about Connecticut, we thought about Westchester, and then we ended up in Rockland County. We found out that Rockland County is still the most affordable one close to the city. It is pretty much close between 35 to 40 minutes, depending, if it is rush hour or not and where in the city you're going. And it's less traffic because when we were considering, for example, Connecticut, we found that the traffic is super crazy because there's only one outlet to go there from where we were, from our starting point. So therefore, we explored Rockland County and we found many different ways to get here. It's 5 ways to get to Rockland County, and we just loved it. Other reasons why we love Stony Point and Rockland County in general is because it's nature. It has so many activities. We have the wineries, the breweries, community events. It's very pet friendly and we are animal lovers. And also Rockland County reminds me a lot of my hometown. It reminds me a lot of my hometown because of nature itself, because the community is very welcoming. It feels very warm to me. How when you live here, your neighbors are amazing, so helpful. And when you get to go to the restaurants and to the places, people get to know your name, people get to know your face. Everywhere you go is walking through the door of your own house. So for all those reasons, we decided to move to Stony Point. And at the time, we were still commuting to the city. At some point, we just decided to move fully locally, even our work. After living in Rockland County for over 10 years, there were things that I realized at the beginning before we moved from the city we were afraid of. I was always concerned that how am I gonna get back to the city if the snow? To my surprise, actually, they clean the snow, the city, everything faster than actually New York City. So that was a big aha for me at the time when I woke up at 5 in the morning and the roads were completely clear when there was a blizzard. We have awesome food. I'm a foodie. I am completely a foodie and I try my best to visit every business in Rockland, all the restaurants especially, because we have great restaurants with way better prices than Rockland. You will think that it's not, but it is. So we have better prices than Rockland County. We have so many restaurants that I love. I love to support small business owners and the service. You will be surprised how many restaurants have such a extremely amazing service compared to New York City for sure. They really appreciate your business here more than I feel anywhere else. The best. I could go on and on talking about my favorite restaurants because so many of them, so many amazing ones. We have Sakura in Stony Point, we have Rock's Kitchen, we have Pasta Cucina, we have the Pancake Factor, and the best coffee in town is It's Coffee. So it's small business owners, small mom and pops that definitely make you feel like you are at home. And let's not even begin about how delicious the food is and the service and many affordable prices. So you think you will be missing out? You will not be missing out. I got to a point where I rarely ever go out of my little bubble because I have anything and everything that I need and can find just right here at the tip of my finger. For example, my favorite favorite place of all is Jay's Kitchen. This is a tiny little gem that we have in Suffern, where it's literally 5 tables at the restaurant. It's very tiny, but the owner, she gets to cook for you. She knows your name. She welcomes you with such a warm smile every time. She gets to know exactly what you like to eat from the menu every time we come along. She knows my kids since they were actually born, and she remembers them. And when we come every time, she welcomes us with such a happy smile. And to me, that's priceless. One thing that got me off by surprise about Rockland County is that it's not like the countryside. When you're coming on the Palisades, all you see is the trees and it's beautiful landscaping. However, once you start exploring each one of the different towns, you're going to realize we have neighborhoods, we have houses, the neighbors are close enough to each other, or if you prefer to be far enough from one another, you can get that. So you get the best of both worlds. If you want to grow some chickens in your backyard, you have that. But also, it's not country life. It's not countryside where you have to drive so far from everything. We have so many activities to go and for great prices. Rockland County has so many great activities that I don't really need to go much to many more places, but I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that later in the video. And I'm gonna talk about our life in Rockland County and what it is like right now. And the first thing I'm gonna talk about is traffic. We don't go to the city much anymore. Like I said, we relocated fully to Rockland County. Therefore, we don't come across much traffic. In some instances, very rare, locally, you're gonna have some traffic. But if you avoid the school bus during 3:30, 4:30 in the afternoon, you might not encounter any traffic at all. The only traffic that we encounter is when we actually visit our relatives in the city. But other than that, there's not much. Sometimes on the Palisade Parkways, there are some accidents, and that's very rarely, but that's the time when we might encounter some traffic. But the local authorities are very good at letting us know. We also have community pages where we, as neighbors, we share with each other, hey, I go this route, do that one, this one. So if you are on top of those little things, then you might not encounter any issues at all. So overall, we really don't have much traffic. There's not much to worry about when it comes to that. And you could easily go from tip to tip, from bottom to Stony Point to the top, and do it within 15 to 20 minutes. Another thing that I think is important to know about me is that I am a mom of 2 gorgeous kids, of course. Having my family in Rockland County is amazing for so many reasons. Anything extracurricular activities that you can find are a very reasonable price. To my opinion, they're very good prices. My 2 kids explore. I allow them to explore to find out what they really want to do. And so far we've done and explore. We have jiu-jitsu, self-defense, ballet, we have gymnastics, basketball, soccer, art class, so many that I cannot even think of all of them, the math club and so others. We enjoy big time our local and public library because we have a lot of different events that not just the kids can enjoy, also the adults. In these libraries, we have many different events that sometimes they make it at the same time. So the kids can be in one room and the parents can take a little breather and go and enjoy also an arts and craft, wine tasting, how to prepare baskets, like so many different activities. As well as in our schools, they provide many different classes. Many occasions are free, and the ones that we pay for, the prices are very minimal. For example, yoga class for us, the parents and the kids. You can do it together, you can do it separate classes. It's non-ending, the many benefits we have. For those ones with tiny little kids that need daycare or after school program, no need to worry, we got you. Our daycares are very well trusted. Some of them are so good actually that they do have a waiting list, but kids keep growing, right? And you always will find your place, your spot. For those who are a little older that, you work in the city, how am I gonna do it? I have to leave so early and I don't come home. We have programs available for you at a very reasonable price as well. I have many, including myself, using them, and there's nothing that I wouldn't appreciate more than being able to know that my kids are well taken care of. And yes, we still human. We still like to party, right? It's not just about the kids. In Rockland County, we have many great activities also to enjoy for date nights, just to go and hang out. We have many restaurants that after certain hours, they become like lounges. They move some tables or they just have the lounge itself, and we can go late at night to enjoy each other. We have winery, breweries that you can have fun. Many of our restaurants have bars. If you don't feel just like going to dinner, you can just go grab a drink or two, and so many more. Your choice. There's so many places that once you are here and you get to know them and you want to party until 2, and sometimes who knows, maybe even later, you will find them, you will know, you will enjoy them, and just have fun. Other things that we have, our shopping malls. We get to enjoy so many different things, and our shopping malls are not just for shopping. We also have the bowling alleys. We have the ice skating that is open all year around, and many different things that we all get to enjoy on our daily basis. We live in an area where many come to vacation. People come to vacation. What do I mean by that? We have the Seven Lakes, we have the Burn Mountain, we have the Palisade Mall, the Nyack Mall, the Woodbury Mall, which actually you get a bus directly from 42nd Street just to enjoy. There's so many things that we have. You get the canoeing at the Burn Mountain. You have just doing your barbecue and enjoying the beaches and the lakes that we have on a regular weekend. Just enjoy yourself, enjoy each other. And we don't have to travel. We have it 5 minutes away from our home. Any day of the week, we want to just unwind. We can go and enjoy ourselves. And one amazing thing about Rockland County is its diversity. Yes, I'm Spanish and I can find anything and everything that I wish because we have so many international supermarkets. You choose, you find. Whatever it is that you want, you definitely can have it here at Rockland County. So if you're thinking about moving to Stony Point or anywhere in Rockland County, reach out. I hope this video provided with some perspective about our area and that is useful and helpful to you. So what do you think? Leave your comments and subscribe so you can follow more in my YouTube journey. Have a great day. See you on the next video.